So today I'm going to demonstrate for you just a few of the applications that you could use around your house, some common everyday kind of applications. Before we do that, I want to show you how you apply it. One thing that's really great about our product is you can apply it pretty much on any part of your body where you're going to come in contact with dirt, grease, grime, and germs. And so whenever I'm doing anything outside, if I'm wearing a glove, it finishes off about here, but we all know that you get dirt here, and this is the part that takes forever to get off because you had no kind of protection against your car grease or grime. And you can even put it up here or on your face to really protect from all that dirt. It doesn't take much to put it on, about that much. I'm just going to do it on my hands first. Rub it all over. Make sure you scratch it in under your nails and rub it in on your nail beds really well, especially if you have beautiful manicured fingers. And then because I want to take it all the way to my elbows, I'm going to do a second application. And it has completely absorbed in. It's sheer. You won't even know you have it on, but you are protected for up to 4 hours from all kinds of dirt, grease, grime, and caustic environments. So let's take this outside and put it to use. So here we are out in the garage, and if you're like us and you like to do your own projects and change your own oil, or you're a gearhead and you like to fix cars, rebuild old cars, or even if you get stuck on the side of the road and you have to change a tire, PrimeShield Wet is the perfect product for you because it will prevent your hands from getting greasy, grimy, and gross. So I'm going to actually reach in here and get a whole bunch of brake dust and road grime on my hands. Okay, so my hands are lovely and dirty, and to make them even worse, I'm going to add just a little bit of oil to my hands. And this oil is actually brand new, so it's really clean, but if you were doing anything with your car, it's going to have that carbon buildup in it and be even more black and more dirty and more grease. So there's my hands. They look pretty gross. Because I've got other things to show you, I'm not going to go in and wash them right now. I'm just going to use this simple white cloth and wipe them off and continue on to my next product. So they're not going to be perfect, but most of that brake dust and grease wipes off. You can see it on the cloth. And now I can move on to the next thing, which is paint and stain. This here is just an oil-based stain with a polyacrylic in it, a polyurethane. If you got it on your hands, typically you would need a mineral spirit or paint thinner to clean it up. I'm just going to go ahead and pour it right on my hand. So I got nice red hands. I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to wipe off as much of it as I can. And the difference between just putting it on my skin and my skin with the PrimeShield is that PrimeShield has actually formed an invisible barrier. So it's preventing the stain from staining my skin. So if I didn't have the PrimeShield on, it absolutely would not wipe off this easily. Some of it would wipe off because it's still wet, but it would not wipe mostly off like it has right now. So they're not perfect. I still have a red tinge, but I have other things I want to show you, and I know that this is going to all come off when we go inside to wash my hands. So So all around the country, everybody has different kinds of dirt, and dirt is, of course, dirty. But in Georgia, we have clay, and we have red clay, which stains everything. And it will stain your hands, and it gets on your hands, and you end up having to basically scrub the red out of your skin. So this is a good example, locally, just of how it goes. They actually dye t-shirts with the red clay here in Georgia. It's that bad. So my hands are nice and stained now, and I'm going to show you some commercially produced potting soil as well. So the main thing about commercially produced potting soil is that a lot of it has fertilizers built right into it, and they're not especially things that I want my hands to come in contact with. They have some really nasty chemicals in them. So by having the PrimeShield on your hands and up your arms, you have actually prevented those chemicals from coming in contact with your skin. So the last thing I want to demonstrate for you is on our grill. The grill is really nasty and gross, and you can just scrape a bunch of stuff right off, and you know if you get that on your hands, it's not coming off. It's just really gross, nasty, charred, grease, blech, stuff. Ew. Alright, so I think my hands are sufficiently nasty. They've got the brake dust, the motor oil, the stain and polyurethane, the Georgia red clay, the commercial potting soil, and now just this nastiness, whatever you want to call this, the grill nastiness. So we're going to go in, and I'm just going to use simple soap and water, wash everything off, and take the glove off my hands. So we're inside, and I just have some simple hand soap to wash it off with, but first I'm going to wash off the majority of this nastiness before I take some soap to it. So a great deal of it has come off without even having to use the soap, but to get the glove off and to get the rest of all the grease and grime off, I am going to use just some plain old hand soap, and it'll come right off. So my hands are nice and clean. They feel really good even after they've been in all those different dirty environments, and you're ready to go back to the clean part of your day. The other thing that's really great about PrimeShield Wet is it works very, very well to protect your hands from household cleaners and chemicals. When you're cleaning your bathroom, it's pretty common you start out and you're going along, and then your arms or your hands, they start burning, they start itching, because of the caustic chemical environment that you're coming in contact with as you're cleaning and using all these products. PrimeShield does create that liquid barrier against those harsh chemicals. And the really great thing about PrimeShield is that it's eco-friendly, non-toxic, and biodegradable. It has no disposal like latex or nitrile gloves, and so we're very, very proud of our product. So thank you so much for watching all of our demonstrations about PrimeShield Wet. We hope that you liked what you saw and that you feel PrimeShield is as exciting a product as we do. You can visit us online at www.primeshieldus.com. We've got other testimonials there, other videos, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us.